Peggie Parrott, secretary in the football office. Peggie, tell us, first of all, how did you get to Tennessee Tech athletics?
On a fluke in 1980. Just went by the unemployment office, never been there. Walked in, just thought I'd check it out, and got Don Wade's wife. She was the lady that interviewed me, and she said, "Oh, I think I've got the place for you." And she called Tech. Next day, I had an interview. Dave Coffey hired me as his secretary, and I worked for about 6 months, but I'd been a stay-at-home mom and decided to go back to being a stay-at-home mom. And then in 1983, Marsha Morris called me and said they were looking for a part-time secretary for football. And yeah, I just know God sent me there because I wasn't looking for a job. And I started, walked in, interviewed with Coach Gary Darnell, and walked out with the job. And I've been there ever since.
So Don Wade's wife was right. It was just the right job for you.
It was.
Tell us, you've been there for quite a few years, and you've had several bosses. Your first boss was Gary Darnell.
Right.
And then take us through your others.
Okay, after Coach Darnell was, of course, Jim Ragland, and I worked with Jim before he became head coach, and then he was head coach for 10 years. And then after he left, they elevated Mike Hennigan, and I was with Mike for 10 years, but I'd worked with him previously. Total, I probably worked with Mike about 20 years total. And then about 3 years ago, the staff changed again, and Coach Watson Brown came in, and bless his heart, he has to put up with me now.
Well, and the coaches, 4 head coaches, but the one thing that's been constant in the football office is Peggie Parrott. You've been there through it all.
I have, and I've loved it. I'm just so blessed to be there, and I know God took me there, and I love the kids, and the new kids coming in. I always tell their parents, I'm their new mama, but I don't do laundry and I don't feed them.
Can you just briefly describe what's your job description? What does your job involve?
I work with all of the coaches, which are probably, they range from 12 to 15, depending on how many grad assistants. I also help some in the training room. I do their travel, but I help with team travel, I help with recruiting, general office duties, but then also I help head up the Jim Ragland Golden Eagle Bass Classic, which we've done for probably, I think we've done that one 23 years. And then I've helped with the football alumni golf classic, which raises money for our football program. And I'm just having a ball.
You seem like it. Peggie, one of the things that stands out is the players through the years just seem to get close to you. As you mentioned, you're kind of like a mom to them, and they get close to you. But the thing that's really interesting is they're close to you while they're here, but after they leave, so many of them come back, and when they come back to campus, sometimes the first person, the one thing they want to do is come back and see Peggie. Why do you think that is?
Oh, I need a hug, and they know it. They're my guys. They're my guys for life. And just like I told some of them the other day, I said, you've left your footprints in my heart. And they've been such a blessing. And they kept me young, even though I'm old in age.
Was there ever a day where one of the former players walked in and just absolutely floored you? You didn't expect him to walk in, or anybody that came back that you never would have expected to come back?
You know, it happens a lot. Or they call, and some of them think, I recognize their voice after 15 years. Well, no, I'm good at faces, but names. But I had one come in this week, and I'm not going to name him just because I don't want to disregard the others that have come in. But he came in and he just sat and talked. And then when he was leaving, he just got me, and he said, Miss Peggie, I just love you. And that was probably 25 years ago, and that just makes my day.
That absolutely has to make your day. All right, you've just got a couple seconds left. Do you have any words you want to say to all the former football players out there? Invite them back or anything?
Guys, I love you, and I've got one more year and come back for homecoming, the golf tournament, whatever. I'd love to see you one more time.
Peggie Parrott, Secretary, Tennessee Tech Football Office.